Recording in progress. It's always a good sign, isn't it? There are times, I think over the years, I've probably only messed up about 2 or 3 shows by not recording it. I have had some shows just completely disappear, though, which has been strange. I did one with Nick Sylvester. I actually forgot to reach out to him. I was going to try to get him on today, but I forgot to reach out to him, and I thought, it's a bit late now. I've had a busy week. I was traveling around. We've been hit by amazing storms. Is amazing the right word? I mean, it is an amazing act of when you see Mother Nature at its fury. It's an amazing thing to watch. It's invigorating. I took a drive from my other place in Seville back down to the coast, and it was like driving through an apocalyptic film set. There was boulders on the road, rivers coming across, trees blown down where the police were out, and they just managed, like, people had got out of the cars and trucks and were snapping branches off the top of the trees to sort of drive through like this. So it was a really eventful drive. I did that on Wednesday morning I did that. So a couple of days ago, and I had driven that road many times, but it was like really bizarre. And it took about an hour and a half extra to do it, but anyway, made it. Was an interesting one. And then I went around my friend's house, and his neighbour's car had a tree land on it. I mean, right in the middle of it. Bang. I've actually probably got that picture. It was there. It was quite a stunning picture. Let's bring it up, actually, because just to show you the ferocity of some of this stuff. There we go. I'm going to download that. Is it going to download while I'm on this? Yeah, because he says, look at this. Yeah, here we go. Let me go back to in there, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I mean, it's quite famous. Have a look at that. See what I mean? That was my neighbour's. That was my friend's neighbour. And then when we looked at it, I said, yeah, that's obviously an insurance job. He's done that on purpose, hasn't he? And they thought I was serious. Like, you couldn't get it any better, could you? And you see how they tried to chop the other side of the tree off because it was just blocking the entire street. So there's lots of that going on all over the place. Is there something up with the volume settings? What's going on? Good here. Was the music soft? Was that what was good? That was wrong. My voice is soft, isn't it? I don't think it kind of works like that. I think volume sounds good. Music was nice. I'll turn up mine audio settings because you should be able to hear me okay though. But I'll need to turn mine up because when I had the music playing that half an hour and you guys are all chatting. That's my collagen powder. Have you got any of that yet, guys? The collagen powder is really good. Who's this now texting me? Let me see. Someone late coming into the show wants the... No, it's not. Okay, guys. So, what have I been up to this week? I've done another session of Akashic record access, which is very interesting. I'm still doing the training for that. So, how that works is you get initiated into the Akashic records. You get introduced officially, I suppose is the best way of putting it. And then you're taught the meditations, and you're taught how to access the information about your past lives. There are certain rules you have to follow. Like, you can't go in and sort of say, okay, I want to go into my ex-husband or, my current partner or something like that. You can't go snooping around inside other people's records unless you're higher up the chain, I believe. As an ascended master, I think is the terminology. But I'm struggling with the meditation, I have to admit. It's very difficult for me to switch my brain off. It's more or less impossible. But I have noticed when I'm coming out of that, if you want to call it meditation, because I'm still absolutely aware of what's going on around me, it's mentally exhausting. Like on the sofa the other day afterwards, I just got on there, I was like, oh, and went to bed at 10:15. It was really exhausting. An hour and a half, and things coming at me all over the place. Strange little coincidences and things like, who's this? And that's this person, and that's that person. What's this floating around on the floor? Empty bottle of supplements. But it's fascinating because a lot of stuff that you would always have kind of felt you had a connection to, and then when you get the confirmation about it, it's actually okay, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes sense, this makes sense. This logo that I've used since the very start, when we started Digital Warriors, I came up with this logo, which is still on the pill bottles, and it's a Spartan warrior's helmet, sort of that ancient Greek helmet, which I've come to understand why I like that so much. I won't go into that, but I'm sure you can figure it out, which has kind of made me giggle a little bit internally. I was like, man, that explains why I'm so focused. Because a lot of people said, you got to change your logo. Why have you got that logo? It's a bit aggressive. I'm saying, no, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. We're not changing that. It's because of a past life. And it's on all of the stuff. I'm trying to find a bigger one to show you. I don't think you can see it there. Can you see that there? If I do that, you see? No, you can't really see it. The green screen blots it out, doesn't it? So we're going to continue with this study of the Akashic records, and I'll see where it goes. I'm more or less got all the answers I want. There's a few little things that are still I'm going to investigate a bit further, but a lot of it is confirmation of stuff I've already known, especially about the future and the direction I need to go in. And I'm definitely on the right path of what I'm doing now with this new style. So tonight, we're going to continue with a selection of videos that I've found, because the videos are very powerful at explaining things to people. Because I've found, although I've been thrashing the same information out, when we have videos, it kind of explains it in a different way and confirms it, and people are getting a lot more out of it. So we'll bash out some of these. I think I got about 15, but we'll see how many that we need. How we need on. You know what, guys? I actually changed the audio settings. I can see up there. Is it a little bit different? It's set for musicians for some reason. So if I go that one, automatically adjust. Is that a little bit better on the volume? Louder already, yeah. Okay, there you go. All right. So loud? All right, turn it down then, guys. I'll try not to shout too much. Much better. Okay, well, there we go. We learned something about those settings there. Because I can't hear it. I don't have headphones on, you know. So, right, what we doing? Let me queue up one of the videos. Q&As, there's a question in there. I'll get back to that. And we're going to start over here. I'm going to refresh that and bring up the volume. Right. I'm back here. Okay, so video number 1 is all about I am. And this is about the power of your words, guys. Now, many times you've heard people talk about this, saying the power of words, the spells, like spellings. And it's important that you say the right things. Because if you're saying things like, I'm stupid, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm not attractive, I'm unsuccessful, I'm unpopular, I'm unloved, I'm unwanted, all of these negative things, then you're going to bring this into creation, basically. You're going to bring it to pass, to happen, to become true and whole. So you have to be careful about how you say things. I am successful. I am healthy. I am strong. I am going to be making waves. I am going to be following my destiny, my journey. It's all about I am. So it's a good video, this. You'll see what I'm talking about. Have a little listen.
No, most people don't avoid awakening because they're asleep, but because they know what it would cost them. Awakening isn't light and love. It's loss. You lose the story that protected you. You lose the identity built around pain. You lose belonging to what feels familiar. Most people don't fear the truth. They fear who they'll be without their wounds. Staying asleep is often easier than meeting yourself without excuses. Waking up doesn't destroy you. It reveals what was never real. Did you know most people don't avoid awakening because...
Oh, that seems to be the wrong video. Let me try that one. Hang on a second now. What's going on? I'm getting some incense on the boil as well. Love this stuff. Brought this back from Jordan. Smells so fantastic. I thought I had that queued up right. So let's see where the next one is, and then I'll be able to get my place in the queue and see which ones are which, because that was the wrong one. So this one. This one is why chosen ones are the kindest. Yeah? Do you know what a chosen one is? I think you must know that by now. A lot of people say, am I a chosen one? Have I been selected? Am I here on a special mission? I think the answer is yes. If you're watching these and you're finding this intriguing and it's resonating with you, it's an absolute yes. Have a look at this anyway, and we'll continue sharing these videos and see where we end up.
Dangerous. Chosen ones carry a rare light. Their presence brings peace, healing, and safety. They're compassionate, empathic, and patient. But make no mistake, this softness is not weakness. It's divine strength under control. And when that grace is abused, something powerful awakens. Being near a chosen one feels like soul-level comfort. Their energy restores peace and lifts burdens. But that same light also exposes deception. It confronts lies and burns away falsehoods. They're slow to react, not out of fear, but wisdom. They give room for growth and repentance. But when the silence breaks, it's not emotional, it's divine. Their patience isn't passive, it's mercy on a timer. And when that timer runs out, truth moves swiftly. Chosen ones rarely erupt in rage. But if you betray them deeply, their response carries the weight of spiritual justice. Their words don't cut, they reveal. Their voice becomes a mirror to your soul. It's not revenge, it's revelation. They guard the weak and speak for the voiceless. But they also fiercely protect their peace. Cross their boundaries too many times and they will walk away, not to punish but to preserve their divine assignment. Their quiet exit often says more than any confrontation ever could. They see beneath masks. You can't lie to someone who sees through spirit. Their insights are divine, not learned. They may not call you out, but they'll never be fooled. And if they do speak, it will be with precision that pierces the soul. Chosen ones forgive deeply, but not endlessly. Cross the line too many times, and they'll withdraw their covering. What was once grace becomes distance, and once they're gone, karma finishes what they began. They don't just enter rooms, they shift them. Their peace settles storms, but provoke them, and the air changes. Tension rises. Conversations stall. It's not coincidence. It's spiritual alignment disturbed. Their energy commands response. If you have a chosen one in your life, honor them. Their kindness is sacred. Their silence divine. And if you are the chosen one, never doubt your strength. Your gentleness is not weakness. Your light is fire, and your restraint is power.
That's a powerful video. Now, does any of that resonate with you about all of those things that were discussed in that video? About how you are as a person, your personality, how you're finding people are treating you, how you're finding yourself dealing with situations, how you're finding yourself handling new situations that you put into, not going back to your old ways to follow old patterns. Because this is one of the things about waking up. You'll find things that used to annoy you before just make you smile, and you just go, yeah, you deal with that. Yeah, that's not my thing anymore. I can't do that. Because that's what I found. I just smile at things that used to make me, we had something happen the other day in a work situation, which we left one of the websites in test mode for 10 days. And basically what it meant was when people were purchasing, that was processing the order, we were getting the order and putting them out for being shipped, but then it wasn't taking the funding. So there was a lot of people, we're having to contact a lot of people saying, sorry guys, there was a clerical error. You haven't paid, which I could hear my staff saying, Mahoney, I was like, what? Come on, tell me. I don't really want to tell you. We made a big boo-boo. So, but I wasn't angry. I was like, you know what? It happens. It happens. So you'll find yourself handling situations in a different way. Stuff that used to make you angry before, stuff that used to care about before, you don't care. It's just not important anymore, And it's a funny thing about that, because you think, I used to really like, there's a good example. When you're young, you'd really like to go out and you'd be in the clubs and bars and you'd be people watching. But as you get older, you just can't be bothered. You just think, it's not my thing. I'm just not interested in, so where are you from? What star sign are you? Yeah, okay. Oh, really? Yeah. Brothers and sisters. It's just, It's not something I would indulge in anymore, you know? When I meet people, it's not the questions I ask. I'll ask questions about, where are you going and what you're doing and, what do you believe in, rather than what do you do for a living? What do you do for work? In Spanish, they have an expression, how do you devote your time? Devote my time? What do you mean devote my time? It sounds like you put me in a priesthood. So things change as you're on this journey. Your attitude changes. Things that you didn't find important now suddenly are. And it's a really interesting part of it, actually, because you'll wake up every day with a different objective or a different mindset. Things that you used to do in the morning that were a ritual, you don't do anymore. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? How things change. And when you look at the where you were 5 years ago, were you the same person 5 years ago? Oh, absolutely wasn't. I've put curcumin in my drink. That's why it suddenly turned orange. Mm. Oh my God, that's good. Um, okay, we'll move on to the next one. Let me see what's on the next list. If it's in the right range of videos, then we should be okay. What's this one? 5 major things. Yeah. 5 major things that happen to chosen ones. Okay. Another good video. 2 minutes, this one's not such a long one as last time. Do. Have a listen. Whenever I click that, I have to do it like this. No, wait, because it's a tricky one. No. You see, this. Let me see if I can get it, because when I click that,
Season of isolation. Every chosen person will experience a period of isolation, which serves as a season of preparation. During this time, God trains and equips them for their future roles. Like David, who was anointed at 15 but became king at 30, chosen ones are prepared in private before being revealed publicly. This isolation helps them understand their purpose and direction, often mistaken for rejection, but is actually divine protection and guidance. Vivid dreams. Chosen ones frequently have clear, vivid dreams that offer prophetic insights and revelations. Dreams serve as a spiritual realm where God communicates, revealing hidden truths about people and situations in their lives. This heightened dream state helps them navigate their journey with divine wisdom, favor with God and men. Contrary to the belief that being chosen leads to widespread hatred, chosen ones find favor with both God and people. This divine favor opens doors and creates opportunities, making them influential and well-received by those they are meant to impact. The love and acceptance from others are a testament to God's blessing upon them. Resilience and bounce back. Chosen ones are marked by their resilience. They may face setbacks, but they always bounce back stronger. Their strength comes not from their own abilities, but from God's favor. They are unstoppable, continually rising and thriving despite challenges, showcasing their divine calling. Heightened intuition and discernment. Chosen individuals possess an enhanced ability to discern and sense things others cannot. Their intuition and spiritual discernment allow them to see beyond appearances and understand deeper truths. This ability helps them navigate relationships and situations with a clear understanding of motives and intentions, guided by God's wisdom.
Guided by God's wisdom. Again, do you feel that? Are you feeling it? The 5 major things. It can get a bit intense, this, and I'll tell you why, is because your ego will get affected. Oh, I'm a chosen one, and why is this not happening? Why is that not happening? But I do know that a lot of the time, the people that go through the most turmoil are the people that come out with the most training. He'll take everything away from you. Spirit will take everything away from you. He'll take loved ones. He'll remove people from your life, and you won't understand why he's doing it. And it's basically to make you understand. You're not going to get rewarded when you're already doing, if you're rich and having a great time and all of a sudden you lose it all. This is kind of how things work. You'll take a lot of stuff off you because you gotta fall right down to the bottom before you know how to climb out to the top again. So we've all experienced these tower moments, these dark nights of the soul where your whole life falls apart. And this is where your strength comes from. This is where you'll find yourself excelling in what you need to do. You'll develop certain skills and talents, a sixth sense even about how people are and what's about to happen. Your intuitive skills become tweaked and alive. It's a really interesting one, this, because your intuition really starts to get tweaked when you go through these. So you can't expect to be sitting pretty in a beautiful life with everything perfect around you, and then all of a sudden you're going to go on your journey. You have to go through a lot of shit. So if you're asking yourself, why is my life, why has this happened, why has this person done this, I don't understand. He's training you. You're being trained. This is the hard truth that a lot of people don't want to do. And it's a bit like if you're going to go on a major weight loss and you got to go to the gym, and it's like the first 2 weeks are just terrible. But that's the push pain system that you've got to push through. You got to push through that pain to get there. Now I work out 5 times a week now. It's the first time I've done it for 5 years, but I remember the first 10 days were terrible. Now, I went in there today, had a really good workout, and it cleared. I've had a bad headache for 2 days because I've been sick, blocked sinuses. But I went to the gym today, had a really good workout, and it cleared my head. I was feeling really good after it. I was like, I wasn't expecting to clear a headache. I suppose it's the oxygen that's flowing through, you feel better. Anyway, you'll find that you have to reach rock bottom before you can start talking about how to get back to the top. How's your right hand, Mahoney? My hand is absolutely, totally as if it never happened, that whole carpool tunnel syndrome. Weirdest experience. I've been trying to get back with Shima to do some more because I've got another couple of injuries I could deal with. But I think a lot of people are sick. A lot of people, she told me she's got this as well, the same head cold. So I won't see her till next week now. But I'm going to continue on this if I can get some other remote healing done on some issues I've got tennis elbow as well, which is very sore. I've had that for months. I need that clearing up too. I got to go to the UK for a couple of days. And the next few days, I'll grab a ticket maybe tomorrow or Sunday, something. I'm going to pop to the UK. I don't know why I'm telling you that. There's no point in telling you that, but I was supposed to be going to Ireland at the end of the month, well, the beginning of February, but I can't go, but I can't tell you why. It's nothing to do with a spiritual mission. It's to do with a safety thing I've got. That just made it sound even weirder, doesn't it? No. I'll skip that one. Just made it sound weirder. It's just the root. The root is just, that's pushing it. I'll say it like that. Let's get another video up. We'll discuss the next one. Let's see where we're going next. Are you enjoying these? There's some great ones out there. And my algorithms now are super strong.
Higher power.
Are you being protected by a higher power? Where we're going next. Do you feel like there's something around you? Because this happens to me all the time. Get myself into a situation that could have gone so bad, so fast, but it didn't.
Pay attention to the signs. Sign 9, you've had unexplainable near misses. You almost got in that accident, but something made you wait. You missed that flight that ended up delayed for hours. You changed your route and avoided something dangerous. Sign 8, your intuition screams warnings you can't explain. A gut feeling tells you not to trust someone, and you later find out they weren't who they seemed. A voice says, don't go, and you avoid danger. You just know things before they happen. Sign 7, help arrives exactly when you need it. You're struggling financially and an unexpected check arrives. You're lost and a stranger appears with directions. You need advice and the perfect person calls. Sign 6. Negative patterns in your life suddenly break. You keep attracting the wrong people, but suddenly you don't anymore. Toxic cycles that repeated for years just stop. Bad luck streaks end seemingly overnight. Sign 5. You survive things that should have broken you. You go through heartbreak, loss, trauma, things that would destroy most people. But somehow, you're still standing, still fighting, still here. Sign 4. Toxic people leave your life without you having to push them out. That friend who was draining you, they just stop calling. That toxic relationship ends before it destroys you. People who don't serve your highest good remove themselves. Sign 3. You feel peace in chaos. When everything around you is falling apart, you have unexplainable calm. That's divine presence. Sign 2. Doors close that you wanted to go through, and later you understand why. That's divine protection from wrong paths. And sign number 1, you're still here. Despite everything you've been through, every reason you had to give up, every battle you faced, you're still standing. 9 signs you are protected by a higher power. How many do you have? You are divinely guided and protected. Count your signs below and share to bless someone else. Hashtag divine protection, hashtag higher power, hashtag spiritual signs, hashtag G.
Hashtag this, hashtag that. I don't even know I don't use hashtags. I don't think people use them anymore, do they? It's just burning now. Let me get rid of that. This is going to set the place on fire. I can feel it just burning something else now. Bear with me, guys. A little emergency there. Yes, the box is burning. I put it on some paper. Couldn't find the actual thing. 9 signs there. How many of those have you got? Again, I'd say quite a lot. If you're again with us, joining us and enjoying these videos, you'll have a lot of those signs. I'm feeling pretty confident about that. Do you think you'll see the Minions arrested in the UK this year? You know what? Charlie rang me today in the morning. He video called me and he says, what's your view about this? What's your view about that? I've stepped away from the geopolitical, but I mean, I'm still aware of it. I'm still watching what's going on. I just don't have much passion for it. But I'm going to go back on and do a couple of episodes, a couple of shows with Charlie on the Insiders. I think a lot of people have been asking, where's Mahoney? Is he still around? What's he doing? Because it'd be a good way of getting in contact with a lot of old people that I used to know. Well, a lot of people that we used to talk to. But I've forgotten the question. Let me go back in. Yeah, I think like Keir Starmer in the UK is just such an idiot. I mean, how can he be the most unpopular guy by the rules and regulations he's making? It just beggars belief, doesn't it? But I'm going to kind of stay away from the geopolitical because it ain't my thing anymore. It ain't my thing anymore. But I'll go back on. I'll reach out to Drew and get something set up. I'll go on every couple of months and say hi to people. So I think it's a nice thing to do. But yeah, I do believe that people are going to be forced into the open. I think this new year, the year of the fire horse, is going to expose a lot of people from what they were doing for them the last few years, because there's been a 14-year cycle where basically bullshitters have been protected, in all honesty. So a lot of people that were manipulating and lying and fabricating and covering things up and pretending to be people that they weren't, and the skill set they had isn't true. And a lot of people online are going to be exposed like this. It's all going to come to the surface. People are going to find out that really people that they were following and people that they were taking advice from and people that they look up to are just not who they say they are, don't have the skill set they've been pretending to have. And it's going to come to the surface in 2016, 2026 and 2027. So be prepared. You will lose a few people along the way. We've always known that. But you even look at these evangelistic guys in the States, they're always saying, Jesus is gonna come and save you. Send me the money, and I'm not gonna buy a private jet with it or anything. I promise. They're all bullshitters and liars. The Irish have a good expression from them. They call them gobshites. Bullshitters and gobshites. And I do believe that these are, or a lot of politicians are going to have this. A lot of politicians. There's some interesting stuff going on with Iran right now. They're in the middle of they're going to push it out, but I think Trump is actually more involved in that than you think. I think he's done some sort of deal with the rulers there. I think there's something weird going on because he's mobilizing a lot of his Pacific Fleet and sending them there. And I know a lot of the soldiers on the ground are assembling in neighboring countries. So anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to get back into another spiritual video because this is the stuff I prefer. And where are we going next? Old souls. How old souls deal with solitude. Now, this is very funny because a lot of people say to me, Mahoney, don't you ever get lonely? I'm like, no. Do I get lonely? No. Most of my time, I spend my days talking. From when I get up in the morning, from when I go out, there's always a lot of talking for me. It's, okay, we got to do this and got to do that. I get a lot of phone calls, a ton of text messages, and the people are all asking me, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that. Can you help us with this? So by the time I get home, I actually like the silence, getting home, because I remember some of the relationships I have had, and my day would again be talking, but let's just say an average housewife sort of situation, when I was living with the mother of my son. Well, that's, how old is he now? That's 20 years ago. Shit, 20 years ago. So I'd come home after a busy day, real estate, which is all about talking and sales, talking and overcoming obstacles and all this sort of stuff. She'd be just home with my son, and then she'd be saying things. Well, tell me about your day. What happened? Where have you been? I'd be like, oh, nothing. Yeah, it was all right. Because I'm just burned out from talking. And I know this is a problem for a lot of people in a business where you have to talk a lot, even telesales or even telemarketing or customer service. You just can't be bothered to talk when you get home. You just like, then your partner thinks that they're being ostracized and pushed out, and you're secretive and you've got this and you don't want to talk to them anymore. And it just escalates, doesn't it? So I like the peace when I come home. I like it quiet. So when I get back, TV's usually on in the background, but I'm not really, it's unusual now for me because I was a big film buff and watching TV shows all the time, but I just can't get into it now. My mind is wandering. I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about that, and places that I have to go and pick up codes, drop codes off, places I have to visit. What does this mean? My spiritual intuition is constantly on the boil, simmering. It's simmering, and I'll pick up my phone and type something in there I need to figure out and know about, something historical. Did you see Dr. Corey's video? I was talking about there was a serial killer that was in operation at the same time as Jack the Ripper, but it turns out they were in competition with each other. But history remembered Jack the Ripper. They didn't remember this other guy that was dismembering bodies. But it was an interesting documentary, like stuff like that I'll watch. But you'll find when you have this spiritual awakening, it's very difficult to watch a Hollywood movie because you just have guys in rubber masks pretending to be aliens and chopping people up and dressed as clowns trying to scare people. You just can see through it now, and it just doesn't engage you. You just think, I'll turn this off, let's get rid of that. So it is a bit strange. You can't watch films anymore. Have a listen to this.
Once you notice that peace must take priority over chaos, silence becomes your sanctuary. Your energy gets more, particular about what it allows. And naturally, they drift toward what feels real and away from anything that disrupts that inner stillness. It's not loneliness, it's authenticity. Do you know why old souls tend to crave solitude? Now, it isn't some sort of isolation at all. It's actually recognition. Once you notice that peace must take priority over chaos, silence becomes your sanctuary. Your energy gets more, well, particular about what it allows. And naturally, they drift toward what feels real and away from anything that disrupts that inner stillness. It's not loneliness, it's authenticity. Do you know why old souls...
Did that end up playing twice? Because I was answering a text message there, but I think you got it, even if it did. I got distracted with a text message. Old souls, yeah, there's nothing wrong with spending time alone. I mean, I'm not telling you to become a hermit, but, you know, just hearing the sound of your own inner voice is part of this journey as well, where you need to turn inward and get some answers. And just, you know, it's patience as well. You can't expect, this is a big thing I had to learn, is not getting answers straight away. Just, you know, let me sit on that and let me sleep on that, and you'll get the answers. The inner voice. Maria says the inner voice. Yeah, my inner voice makes me laugh. Yes, sometimes mine does too. I'll be sitting there and it says really insulting things to people that, you know, I have to sort of not say. Oh, tell them to, you know. Oh my God, what? Why are they wearing that? Is that? Yeah, I get a lot of these sarcastic inner voices like, tell them to F off, you know. So let me have a little look here. Avery says, David, have you ever had energy healing? A couple of weeks ago, I met a woman at a potluck. I don't know what that is. She asked to shake my hand and told me being in the store for 2 weeks. She took my hand in both her hands and she lightly touched them. She said she felt a blockage. It was feeling better. The next day I woke up with no pain. It was amazing. Yeah, Avery, that's what happened with my right hand, the carpal tunnel syndrome. And yeah, I woke up 2 days later. It was absolutely 100%. Like, not just, okay, that feels better. Like, it never happened. There was no injury. Totally gone. I could, you know, I'm right-handed, so I could have got the boxing gloves on and started hitting a bag as hard as I could. And 2 days before, I couldn't pick up a pen. That's how amazing this healing was. So, yeah, I'm a big believer in that now. I tell you, there's a Jesus moment for me. Activate your superpowers. This is a good video. I haven't seen the end of this. I started watching it and then I saved it.
Superpowers activate when the mind becomes silent. Most people think power comes from force, strategy, or ambition. But your deepest superpowers come online in your alpha, theta, and even delta brain states. The states where the thinking mind softens and the intuitive mind wakes up. In these states, the brain becomes more coherent. The heart becomes more synchronized. And you access a level of perception that feels almost supernatural, as if you can sense the future before it arrives. Now imagine this on a collective scale. Imagine millions of people able to pause before reacting, able to breathe before exploding, able to see clearly in the middle of chaos. A collective that can see ahead doesn't predict the future. It shapes it. This is how peace begins. Not by forcing the world to change, but by changing the quality of our own awareness and letting that awareness ripple outward through our families, our communities, our social networks. When enough minds shift from reaction to response, from confusion to clarity, from fear to coherence, the world reorganizes itself. Your inner calm is not a private achievement. It's a form of collective action, a frequency that others begin to rise to. And maybe that is the real superpower we've forgotten. What if humanity's...
That's pretty cool, that video, isn't it? How many of those were you pinging and getting a little resonation off? Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah? Anything in there that you found of interest? Superpowers. Again, I've met a lot of people that get carried away with this. They just convince themselves they are superhuman because they have experienced some form of spiritual awakening, but then they just get carried away and think that, oh yes, I'm a guru. You need to listen to everything I'm going to do. I got sent a retreat today. It was, how much was it? It's like $1,000 a day to go to a retreat. I'm like, $1,000 a day. Yeah, who's taking it? You got Hollywood legends in there. Jack Nicholson coming in to give a talk. $1,000. I was like, oh no, I ain't doing that. And I'm thinking, I get it. People need to earn money, and you need to be paid what's a legitimate rate. But if somebody said to me, David, would you come and do a guest speaking for 2-3 hours? I'd do it for free. I wouldn't go and say, well, I want $500 an hour or $1,000 for the day. I'd do it for free, absolutely. So I'm always amazed at people's ego, and they say, it's I want 10 grand. If you want me to be there, 10 grand. Depends on what it is, of course, but I'm trying to give you an example where I would be on that. If I didn't do it for free, I wouldn't do it at all, probably. Would you come and open the supermarket? No, I'm not going to do that. There's nothing spiritual about that. Would you come and give a talk about your life journey and where is it? I'd probably even get my own airline ticket and sort everything out. Yeah, I'll come and do that because it could be a spiritual supermarket. Yeah. Yeah. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? A load of hippies in there wandering around. But people's egos, they always, no, I need this much money if I'm going to do that. I remember a lot of people were doing that. When Charlie was doing all these tours and he was telling me, some of them saying they wanted big money to come. I was like, that is not a spiritual person. If you've got 5,000 people in one venue and they're all looking for a guest speaker and they've flown from across the country and across the oceans to go in there, and you're demanding, 10 grand just to go and talk to them for 20 minutes. No, I don't think that's a spiritual way of doing it. I do believe that people need to be compensated financially, but what that amount is comes into question, in my opinion. We kind of veered off subject there, haven't we? I totally just threw that on myself. Live broadcasting, the glories of it. Where are we going next? Let's get another video up. I've still got quite a few more to get through. Where is this one now? Superconscious mind. This one. I don't think I saw this one, have I? Let's have a look.
It operates outside of linear time and holds the complete blueprint for your soul's journey, including all past, present, and future potentials. Accessing this realm through deep meditation is not about analyzing or thinking, but about becoming silent enough to receive its holistic, instantaneous downloads of wisdom, love, and guidance. It is moving beyond learning to a state of pure remembrance. Beyond the conscious and subconscious lies the superconscious mind, the realm of the higher self and the oversoul. It is not a repository of personal memories like the subconscious, but a direct, unfirewalled connection to the universal mind or God source. It operates outside of linear time and holds the complete blueprint for your soul's journey, including all past, present, and future potentials. Accessing this realm through deep meditation is not about analyzing or thinking, but about becoming silent enough to receive its holistic, instantaneous downloads of wisdom, love, and guidance. It is moving beyond learning to a state of pure remembrance. Beyond the conscious and subconscious lies the superconscious mind, the realm of the higher self and the oversoul. It is not a repository of personal memories like the subconscious, but a direct, unfirewalled connection to the universal mind or God source. It operates outside of linear time and holds the complete blueprint for your soul's journey, including all past, present, and future potentials. Accessing this realm through deep meditation is not about analyzing or thinking, but about becoming silent enough to receive its holistic, instantaneous downloads of wisdom, love, and guidance. It is moving beyond learning to a state of pure remembrance. Beyond the conscious and subconscious lies the superconscious mind, the realm of the higher self and the oversoul. It is not a repository of personal memories like the subconscious, but a direct, unfirewalled connection to the universal mind or God source. It operates outside of linear time and holds the complete blueprint for your soul's journey, including all past, present, and future potentials. Accessing this realm through deep meditation is not about analyzing or thinking, but about becoming silent enough to receive its holistic, instantaneous downloads of wisdom, love, and guidance. It is moving beyond learning to a state of pure remembrance. Beyond the conscious and subconscious lies the superconscious mind, the realm of the higher self and the oversoul. It is not a repository of personal memories like the subconscious, but a direct, unfirewalled connection to the universal mind or God source. It operates outside of linear time and holds the complete blueprint for your soul's journey, including all past, present, and future potentials. Accessing this realm through deep meditation.
I think that's repeating itself, isn't it? It's weird because it doesn't tell me when it's going there. Sorry, guys. I recognize that. Yeah. What's going on here? Looped Mahoney. Yeah, sorry, guys. Looped 1 minute of that. My apologies. I was on, I get a lot of text messages as well from people saying, what's going on, this questions, what's going on, what's going on, what's going on. Plus, I'm not 100%, guys. I'm still a bit groggy. Head colds blocked me up. So my apologies for looping. I'll pay attention now. We got about another 10 minutes left, so we got several more videos to come. What's next on my list there? Superconscious mind. If it was meant for you. This is quite good, actually, because this is another thing, Spirit will take a lot of people out of your life because they're not supposed to be there. He'll bring new people in because you need skills, you need things that they've got, you need information from them, you need to understand what they're going to share with you. So it's a constant revolving door of people coming in and out of your life, I find. And sometimes they come back in and then they leave again. There's a lot of that, isn't there? People coming in and going out again. But there's usually a reason behind it. And what I tend to do is I tend to sit there and, or whatever, standing, sitting. And I think, okay, what's going on now when this person's coming back in? Or here's somebody new. What's the lesson? What's the message? And I quite enjoy the decoding of what the message is. I know what that is now. I had something like that the other day. What was it again? I'll try to remember as we're watching the next video. This is it. Let's put this on.
For it. You won't have to chase, convince, or exhaust yourself trying to make it stay. What's truly aligned meets you with ease, not desperation. The universe doesn't make you fight for what belongs to you. When something is meant to remain in your life, it flows in naturally and holds its place without force. Trust that what's real won't require you to lose yourself to keep it. If it's meant for you.
I caught that one. I caught that one looping. It's so true because some of the things I've learned over the years is when you're trying to do something, you keep getting blocked. You'll hit an obstacle, and it's like my personality is okay. There's an obstacle. Let's get around the obstacle, and then there's another obstacle and another obstacle. Sometimes I'm right to overcome these obstacles because it is something I'm supposed to be doing. But it's a fine line between understanding that you're not supposed to be doing this. This is not where you're supposed to be traveling to. This is not your journey. This is not your route. This is not your destination. You're just being stubborn and you just refuse because it's taking it away from you. And this is where the powers of intuition come in, because you've got to use your intuition to understand, yeah, okay, I get it. We're not going to go down that route. And you've got to follow that intuitive path, that intuitive feeling. And your ego won't always let you do it. No, I know it's going to work. No, I really want to do this. Or no, I've got to get there. Yes, I really want to have that vacation. You're not supposed to be there. The other day, keys. It always happens with keys with me. Where's the keys? Can't find the keys. Why can't I find the keys? Where's the keys? They delay me a lot trying to find keys. It's a thing that's always been in my life. But I kind of laugh about it now because I know they're trying to delay me. So I'll just say, okay, I'll take a few minutes and I won't move anywhere. I know where I'm supposed to not be is where I thought I was going to be. So I'm not supposed to be there. I'm supposed to be here. And you just accept it. It's not such a big deal. Weighed Down by Destiny, this one's called. This next video. Let's have a look.
When discomfort arises, breathe light into it. Do not escape it. Embrace it as your teacher. This is the activation of crystalline consciousness, the awakening of your multidimensional DNA. Your body is evolving from carbon density into crystalline structure. It is adapting to conduct higher frequency light. Hydrate often, rest deeply, and allow your intuition to guide your diet, movement, and social interactions. You may crave simplicity, solitude, or silence. Follow these impulses. They are not withdrawals. They are recalibrations. As the 1111 portal expands, you will sense timelines collapsing. Events may unfold with surreal speed. What once took years to manifest may occur within days. You will see relationships realign, opportunities appear spontaneously, and synchronicities converge with mathematical precision. The universe is weaving destiny at quantum speed. Flow with it. Resistance creates distortion. Surrender creates magic. Collectively, this gateway will awaken the next wave of souls. Those who have been asleep will begin to question the higher frequencies cannot anchor.
I caught it again. No looping. That's a good one too. The higher frequencies are going to unlock a lot of souls, and it's true. Let me see some of the questions and messages there years ago. Let me see. Thank you. Nothing in there that I need to know. Yes. Yes. I'm not myself tonight, am I? I can feel it now. I can feel it. I think I got one more for you. Let's see the next video. We got one more. What's the last one in there? Weighed Down by Crystalline. All right, let's play this. I don't know if I've got this one on my list. Have I got it on my list? Let's have a look. We'll play it anyway and see what happens. It will be good.
Trust the process, even when you can't see it yet. Because one day you'll look around and realize that the life you once only imagined has quietly become your reality. Trust the process, even when you can't see it yet. Because one day you'll look around and realize that the life you once only imagined has quietly become your reality. Trust the process, even when you can't.
Trust the process. It's absolutely true. That's one of the hardest things, because when you're not getting instant confirmation that what you're doing is the right thing to do, you're relying on it, just a feeling. A lot of people need to see the physical evidence of what they've been doing and their actions is the right thing to do. So it's difficult for a lot of people because they're not getting that confirmation, they're not getting that affirmation saying, yes, that's amazing, what you're doing is absolutely correct. But it's all about faith, isn't it? It's about hanging in there, staying in the energetics, and trusting in source is going to bring you on the journey and put you where you need to be and bring the people into your life that you're going to need. Because that's another thing. You can't do this alone. You're going to need help. Like my mindset now is I'm seeking deliberately people have got information and skills that I don't have. So I need that. And I've also learned to delegate things that I really don't want to be doing anymore. I'll give you a great example. Today, my heating system in my home isn't working. I said, I bet you the filters are dirty, but I'm not climbing up there and going in there and getting all that dust and horrible crap in my face. I'd rather pay somebody for it. And then I can do something else with my time. And that's a really good example of delegation, time delegation, because do you really want to be bothered doing something like that when you could be doing something more important? Yes, I know how to do it. And yes, I could have done it. But I decided not to do it because we can get somebody else in there and I can do more research about what I need to know about. And you'll find this, who's blown up my phone? Oh, let me get rid of this. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it or not. Ping, 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 ping. It puts me right off. There we go. I can go back now. Yeah, delegating your time on things that you should be focused on and not getting distracted by things that are just going to suck up your time so you're not going to move forward is another skill set that you need to tune into. Yeah, luckily, financially, I can afford to pay somebody to do it. It wasn't expensive. It was just come around, clean the filters out, give the air conditioning gas a bit of a recharge if I needed it. Didn't need it. I was just like, the heating doesn't work. And I remember in the summer, the air conditioning wasn't great. And then I was researching, I was doing videos and I was looking at content and I got a lot more done rather than doing something that I shouldn't be doing. But then again, you got to do things that you like to do, like gardening. A lot of people enjoy gardening. Do you pay someone else to garden? No, because it's a nice pastime to do it. So think about how you should spend your time. And is this something that's going to reward me? Or is this just something that, is just going to take a couple of hours of my day and I could be doing something more productive? It's a secret to business as well that I've learned. I hire people that are good at what they're good at. Basically, I seek out specific jobs. No, specific people for specific jobs. For example, marketing. I don't know anything about it. I know a little bit now, but there's no way I'm going to spend 8 hours a day looking at a computer screen trying to figure out algorithms. So no, just get somebody to do it for you. And although you'll make less money, you'll be more happy. It's not always about making money, because if you want to sit there counting your money and have no life and no intuition and no definition, not intuition, no definition, then do it. But you're better off delegating things that you're no good at to other people that will do it for you. So it'll free up your time so you can explore and expand your consciousness. There you go. There's an easier way of putting it. Yeah. Exploring and expanding your consciousness by freeing up your time to tune into that frequency. That's the easiest way of saying it. Well, guys, it brings us, thankfully, because I'm shattered now, to the top of the hour. I'll be back on Tuesday. I hope you have a great weekend, whatever you're doing. I hope that you expand and explore your consciousness and embrace something new. And we'll be back on Tuesday with more. I think that's it. I don't have any. Yeah, I need some sleep. I'm going to go to bed early. I'm going to have a hot lemon with some honey and some cloves, and I'm going to go to bed early, guys. So I'll see you on Tuesday. And thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure. Have a great weekend. See you soon.